Hey, lovely people. It is my absolute honor to share with you Joanne's story, who's been working with me for about 6 months now. Is that right, Joanne?
Yes, it is. Yeah,
I'm
just
like,
over 60.
it's been this trajectory and this sort of beautiful journey. So sometimes I get a little bit, I forget how long it's actually been. So can you tell me and the audience of listening, hi everyone, welcome, to what your journey's been like since joining High End Empire?
My journey's been amazing. It has totally flipped my idea of how a business can work and how it can run and how you can support your clients on a deeper, more loving level. It helped me to think outside my square. I was just so set in my ways, and it absolutely opened me up. It opened me up to new opportunities and obviously more abundance.
It's been wonderful seeing you rise up and getting booked out, which has been great. And people just like wanting to work with you and seeing that you're charging also so much more for your work and getting paid what you should be worth. What's that like for you, being able to charge like 5 times, 10 times the amount of what you were charging before?
It's amazing because you're not only, valuing your own self more, you're valuing your work and others are valuing it as well. And, I doubled my income within weeks. I attracted, new clients that were really at the same resonance as me, that I was attracting the right clients to me. And that made a really big difference.
So I think you did around 10K really quickly in income when you first joined High End Empire. Is that true?
Yeah, absolutely. Within the 6 months, I sold 5 programs. So within a few weeks, I sold my first 3-month one-on-one program. And within that few weeks, I actually doubled my pay to myself. And I can honestly say that in that 6 months, I made double what I made in a whole year prior.
It's so beautiful, Joanne. I love seeing you just, oh my gosh, shine your light. And you've got your new group now and a new program where you're going to be helping entrepreneurs really own their power and clear their energetic field, which is awesome. What is next for you with all the work that you're doing? So tell me more, a little bit more about how it's also shifted, what you're actually offering as well.
Yeah, what I'm offering is moving out of not only doing one-on-one work, but doing, bigger groups and programs and expanding my knowledge and my gifts through teaching others. So doing lots of online courses and also lots of support through groups. So it's just, it just doesn't end. The expansion of where I can go is huge, and I can see that growth here and now, way ahead of me, and I can just see myself growing and growing. So it's just extraordinary.
I know, I see it actually happening every day for you. So can you tell everyone watching a little bit more what it's like to work with me?
It's amazing to work with you.
Thank you.
It's really important, I feel, to have that mutual respect and to really honour the advice that you're getting from Ingrid. Like, Ingrid tells it like it is, but it's the truth that you need in order for you to grow and to see where you need to adjust things and where you need to expand. And if I didn't listen and take all of her advice on board, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing right now, and I wouldn't be doing as well as I'm doing.
Thank you, beauty. I was just speaking to another gorgeous girl that you know, Stina, and we we're talking about it. And one of the things that I was saying is that, I deliver, a lot of deep advanced marketing and sales training, but also the energetic presence that we hold in that group. But what really makes the whole thing work is that it is always a co-creation. So the women who do well like you are the ones that really just take the learnings and take on that sense of responsibility, and they're so dedicated. All the women that we seem to attract have so much passion for their work, and they have a level of excellence. And so it's just so beautiful to see it unfold the way that it has for you, because you've also been the one that's really showing up and you follow what I say and you implement, which is beautiful. And you've done really well, you know, financially, you've expanded yourself as well. But can you also talk maybe a bit to times where you found it a little bit, maybe quite a lot to learn or even overwhelming at the beginning, and how you moved through that?
Yeah, absolutely. In the beginning, it was a lot to take in, and I had no techie knowledge. I had no idea what a funnel even was, and it was a little overwhelming. And to be honest, it was a lot to take in. But what I did do was, one of the really important things that I noticed was not to compare myself to others who have already started the process. And the other thing was to take it at my own pace and know that, especially in the beginning, when you make that commitment that you're up leveling and that you need to actually purge a lot of the things that aren't working in your highest good in order for you to actually be successful and move forward. So that was the biggest lesson for me, and also just to make sure that I monitored how much of that I was taking into my calendar every day or every week, that I would actually make it a priority and watch a class a week, or I would do some sort of activity to make sure I was still committed and that I was still growing, not only with your whole course, but with you.
So beautiful, Joanne. I adore you. I personally hired Joanne. She's amazing. She's such a talented woman and so gifted. And it's so wonderful to see you rock it now online and really become a leader in your field. And I know it's just going to keep growing and growing and growing and growing. And how does that feel for you when you know now in your heart that, okay, I've got this limitless potential now. I've got this foundation, and now I can just run with it? Because really what we've done, we're only 6 months into the 1 year immersion, right? How does that feel?
It feels amazing, and it just feels like it's life changing. That's all I can really say. Like, if anyone's considering, like, don't even question, just go for it. It changes your life, and if you are going to make that commitment, once you start making those changes and implement them, it changes your whole life. The way that you even view your business changes completely, and yourself, the growth that you go through, expanding yourself just really resonates with your business at the same time. And so you grow together, you and your business grow together, and it's just an amazing experience. It's magical.
So my personality can be quite, I've got a strong energy. How is that? Like, what's it like to actually be in that presence of energy? Is it fierce? Is it loving? What's the actual real truth of how I show up in that group for the women there?
I think it's really, really important for you to be very truthful, in a loving way, and I know that you are, and everything that you've ever put forth to me has always been with non-judgment, and with love, understanding that it was something that I needed to hear, and even if I didn't like it, I took it on board.
Beautiful. So I
Yeah.
think sometimes, we were just talking about that. I could do a whole conversation with you about women and being in our power and people labeling it as fierce. And I love the word fierce, but I think the most loving thing that we can do, both as healers, both as priestesses and women that guide other women who are so passionate, I know that you also work with men as well, is to be honest and truthful, and to really see that as the most compassionate, loving thing that we can do in service. Do you believe that to be true?
Yeah, absolutely. And I know that when it's coming from you, it's coming from your heart. It's not coming from any other place. And so when you see it with love, it doesn't feel offensive. It doesn't, I don't take it personally. And I think that's really important, that, people don't take that advice or that truth personally, that it's coming from your heart, that you actually want to help them grow and you want them to improve and you want them to be successful. And I think that's also something about you. You got to think about for yourself, where am I at in regards to how I take things on board? And that's another growth thing in itself.
Absolutely. And to see that it, you know, if we love ourselves enough and hear it with love and receive it with love, I tend to see that a lot of people, they take it on more, and it literally goes into the cells, into the brain, and they can process it and then actualize it and bring it into their lives, which is a beautiful thing. So Divine One, thank you so much for speaking to us today. I think you are probably the most clear and articulate one who's just basically summed up the experience very quickly. So I want to thank you for your time. I want to thank you for your courage and for trusting me and my team to support you in your amazing ascension and into bringing your beautiful light working gifts to the world on a bigger level. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you so much. It's been magical, and you are absolutely amazing. And I could not have you in my life. So thank you.
And I'm loving having you in my life. You're amazing, healer, gorgeous, and thank you for allowing me to be in your presence as well. So I'm sending you so much love. Thank you.